What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 8th Arrow Whispering. And on today's episode, we are going to be doing something a little different. This one is inspired by Greg Whispering Storyteller, who is one of my favorite ASMR artists out there who I listen to quite frequently. I just really enjoy his channel and the way he goes about it and just the videos he posts. And recently he's been doing some taste testing videos, and I always really enjoy those. Those are really fun to watch and very relaxing. So my father-in-law just moved back. Both my father-in-law and mother-in-law just moved back from Germany. And before he came back, he sent my wife and I a package of German goodies. And so I thought it would be fun to come on here and do a little taste test of everything he sent us. Well, not everything. He sent us a very large box of everything, or of a lot of stuff, but I picked out a select few items that I really want to try and decided to try out doing a taste test video and see how that goes. But like I said, I watch Greg do this quite a bit, and he is really good at it with his chocolate taste tests, so I doubt I'll be nearly as good as him, but you should definitely go check out his channel. It's called The Whispering Storyteller, and he just does a phenomenal job with everything ASMR. He also has another channel, Wookie Video Presents, I believe it is, and that one's not ASMR, but it's more of a pop culture, movie, sci-fi, horror type channel. So he has a lot of good stuff out there, and he's one that I really enjoy. He's very positive and encouraging. So go check him out, Whispering Storyteller and Wookie Video Presents. With that inspiration, we'll jump into this video. I wish I could say this video is sponsored, but it's not sponsored by any of these people, but I am very excited about this. I'll probably start from the right and work my way to the left. Honestly, there's like one or two that I'm extremely excited about, and the rest I'm very excited about. So yeah, this first one we'll do is a croissant, a pistachio croissant. We'll try to keep it a little quieter, but yeah. And here it's a Bali croissant pistachio, an Italian packaged croissant filled with pistachio cream. I love pistachio, so I'm very excited to dive in and give this one a try. So I will open it up and we'll go from there. So for this one, they are each individually packaged, and honestly it looks like a Twinkie almost, but a fancy Twinkie. So yeah, let's open it up and see. Yeah, it's basic. There is a very sweet smell to it. Almost a... Oh man, what is that? Almost like a... It's weird, there's like a white Russian smell to it. But just that, yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but we'll go ahead and I don't know if I should break it or just bite into it, but let's bite into it. So yeah, so it doesn't have much of like a croissant texture to it. It's more of like a sweet bread, a sweet roll, but the filling is really nice. There's a subtle sweetness to it. It's not overly sweet, but even the bread has some sweetness to it. So I really like that. I can see that being really enjoyable in the morning with some coffee or tea. But yeah, we'll go in for another bite and maybe get a little bit more filling this time, a little less bread. Not getting much of a strong pistachio flavor with that one, but it is good. I really enjoyed that. So first thing I would go for, but that is a really nice little treat with coffee, I would say. I can see having that in the morning with coffee, so we'll go there. So we will move on to the next one. We have a Waffel-Nüsse. I don't pronounce it, but amaretto kushmak. But basically it's a chocolate covered wafer with nut filling and amaretto flavor. So I'm very intrigued by this one. I don't know if it's gonna be a very creamy inside or not. The nut filling, if it is like a creamy texture or not, we'll find out here though. So we have two different ones here. We have one that's just the wafer without the chocolate covering, and then we have one with the chocolate covering. So I will probably try this one first, just because I'm excited about this one more so, just because I love chocolate. But yeah, just smells like your basic wafer and chocolate. So. Oh man, I'm blanking on the name right now, but this reminds me of something or that last one did. And I have a feeling I know what this is gonna taste like. The same thing with chocolate. That is really good. Oh man. That tastes just like a praline, the chocolate hazelnut cream filled wafers. That's what it tastes like, and I love it. That is so good. Man, I could eat this whole bag. That's dangerous. They don't look like that. They don't look like that. But okay, maybe that one looks a little bit more like it, but that is phenomenal. That's getting, I could eat that whole bag. That's getting a 5 out of 5 from me. Okay, moving on to the next one. We have chocolate ring cookie with white and red sprinkles, with festive packaging, but Skoklenden Grenze. Not how you pronounce it, but yeah. So there you have it. I'm assuming this is just gonna be your basic cookie covered in chocolate with sprinkles, but it's very thin, but let's give it a try. That's just straight chocolate. There is no cookie in there. That is just straight chocolate. Yeah, that's just straight up chocolate with sprinkles on it. I'll be honest, that one's not my favorite. I think it's too heavy on the sprinkles, which take away from the chocolate. If there was a cookie, I thought there'd be a cookie in the middle and that would help. But with it just being straight chocolate and sprinkles on top, I think the sprinkles take away from the chocolate itself, and honestly, I wouldn't. If I had one, I don't feel like I need to finish this one. I have a pretty good idea. So I'll give it a. I mean, I don't want to be too harsh, but I'd maybe go 1.5, 2 if I'm feeling generous. But unfortunately, but I was excited about that one, but that's okay. Um, we'll move on. So next we have Ritter Sport, which, big fan. Big fan. And this one we have two different Ritter Sports that we'll try today. But this one looks like it's a gingerbread one. Um, let's see, a white chocolate with spiced speculoos pieces. Yeah, which I've had that cookie. So I have no doubt that this one will be good, but we will just give it a try. So it looks like it's more of it's not as much of a crunchy cookie filling. It's more of a creamy filling, but um, my wife, back when we were dating, she went back to Germany to spend the holidays with her family, and she came back and brought me a couple different Ritter Sport chocolates, and they were all very good. I think one was like a rum flavor, and it was interesting. But I didn't mind it. It was pretty good. So we will give this one a try and see what we think. Ritter Sport does a good job with the chocolate. It's a very nice creaminess, where the more you eat it, it melts in your mouth. And it's just very smooth, and I really like that. There was a crunch to it, so there was a cream in there, but there was also a cookie that gave it a little crunchiness, which was really nice. Might have to go in for a second bite with this one. That has a very strong ginger snap flavor to it, which I believe is that cookie in the middle. But just a really nice flavor. I'm not a big white chocolate fan. I like it in some things, and in the right context. I didn't mind it on that. That went better with the ginger than I think chocolate would have, milk chocolate or whatnot. But that one was really nice, and I would give that a 3.5 out of 5. I don't know if I could eat that whole bar in one sitting, which is probably good. I don't need to be eating the whole bar in one sitting. But yeah, that was really nice. So I'm trying to remember all the scores I've given these. I think I gave the croissant a 3 out of 5. The little wafer things, I think I gave those a 5 out of 5. The little chocolate ring a 1.5 out of 5, and then this Ritter Sport I gave a 3.5 out of 5, I believe. So we just did a Ritter Sport, so we'll just finish up with the Ritter Sport. So this Ritter Sport is a chocolate with pistachio. So very excited about this one. I have very high hopes. For this. So yeah, let's hope it pulls through. Let's give it a go. Just your typical chocolate bar with some pistachios in it. So let's give it a go. Okay. That one, the chocolate is very good. Same with the last one. The texture is very silky and smooth. When you're chewing it, it's really nice. It's chocolate flavor. I could have used more pistachio in it. The pistachio is kind of hidden by the chocolate flavor. The chocolate overpowered it, and so you just didn't get that. You didn't get that pistachio flavor that I was hoping for. So that's a bit disappointing. I wonder if you took the pistachio cream from the croissant and boosted a little bit. I don't know, because even that was lacking in flavor. But I wonder if you put that in the chocolate, if that would have been better. Because I don't really. I could feel the crunch of the pistachios here and there, but they weren't enough to actually get the flavoring. And maybe I just got a bad piece. I'll try one more just to give it a fair shake. Because, like I said, the chocolate was very good. Yeah, so you get the crunch of the pistachio, but not the flavoring. So that's a bit disappointing. Again, chocolate, very good. Really like that chocolate. But it was lacking that pistachio flavor I was hoping for, so I'll give that one I'll give it a 3.5. Although I think I like the white chocolate one better just because of the ginger snap flavor that complemented it really well, so that one might be bumped up to a 4. Or the chocolate would be dumped down to a 3. We'll give that a 3, which I'm very surprised about. Again, the chocolate's very good, and I would give it a higher rating, and I went into it thinking I would, but the white chocolate and ginger snap cookie just was so much. The flavors complement each other so much more, and it was a more enjoyable flavor. Whereas the pistachio one, I was hoping for more of that pistachio flavor that you just don't get. But the chocolate is very good, so yeah. And now we'll move on to the last one, which I'm very interested in. Now, the packaging did get a bit smushed in its travels over here to America, but we have a dark chocolate bomb kitchen. Sorry, a dark chocolate bomb kitchen Zart bitter. I don't know how you say it, but basically, according to here, it is a dark chocolate, a German layered cake. So very smashed, but hopefully that doesn't take away from the flavor. Very fun packaging too. It has a little like flower opening box thing here. Okay, I had to go get a cutting board and knife because I thought this was like three donuts stacked on each other, but it's really just one full piece. My thinking is it's gonna be, like a donut. When I first saw it, I thought it might be like a wafer inside, but no, it looks like it's a cake. So let's cut ourselves a piece. Interesting. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but you can see the layers in there. Man, I'm very interested in this. So let's go for it. Alright, yeah, that's very good. It's a bit dry, which tastes like a chocolate covered donut that you'd get in the little variety box at like a Food Lion or your local grocery store. But I like it. It is good. I like that it's one thing, and so you can cut it and enjoy it in parts. You don't have to, have one whole thing, I reckon. But it is very crumbly, so the chocolate doesn't stick to it as well as you'd like. So you don't get as much of the chocolate on it as you would like. I think if that stuck to it a little bit more, then it would be better. But I like the chocolate that is around it. I would give that I'd give that a 4. It was really nice. I want to eat again a lot of it, but that would be a nice little little dessert after dinner. Have a little bit of that with a cup of decaf coffee at night, or a cup of tea. Both of those would go great with this. So honestly, I might see if my wife wants to watch a movie later and cut some of this and have with some tea. That might be nice to help just combat the dryness of the cake. But yeah, not mad about that at all. So, all right. And next up, we have what looks like a gingerbread cookie with mulled wine flavoring. So I'm very intrigued by this one. Glühwein. I'm a big fan of Glühwein. My wife introduced it to me because she's spent a good portion of her life in Germany, and so Glühwein for them was a very staple in their holidays. So she introduced it to me, and now it's a staple in our holidays. So I'm very excited to try this and see what these taste like. So let's give it a go. It smells like Glühwein. That's awesome. I was expecting a more crunchy cookie, but this is a very soft texture. Yeah, it almost has like a biscuit topping, but let's give it a go. Wow, that is delicious, man. The texture on that's fantastic. Yeah, the texture, the flavoring, there's like I don't get much of it. There's a slight ginger flavor, but the Glühwein flavor really comes through, which is really nice. And there's almost like there's like a nut in there, or something like a peanut or a pecan or something. But that is really nice. And I love whatever this is. Man, that's really good. That surprises me. I was not expecting that. But that is fantastic. That gets a 5 out of 5. That gets a 5 out of 5 for sure. So, wow. Wow. That's really nice. Now we'll move on to the last of our German goodies. Now I did have to cleanse my palate with some water between this next one, just because I feel like this is a different category sweet. Still in the same sweet goody treat category, just a little differently. So we had Marlboro Happy Cola. So the candy looks like little Coke bottles with little cola in it. I'm gonna try the top part and then the bottom part, and then we'll try it as a whole and see if there's any difference in the flavor. I don't know. Wow. That is really nice. That tastes just like Coke. Minus the carbonation, that tastes just like Coke, and it has a really nice flavor. It's not overly sweet or anything like that. There was no difference in the taste. I didn't necessarily think there would be, but I really like that, and the texture is really nice too. Sometimes with these gummy candies, I never know if they're going to be too sticky where they get caught in your teeth or anything like that, but this one, it's got a good texture to where I enjoy the chew. Man, I really enjoy that, honestly. I'm very surprised by that one. I could definitely see myself sitting down in a movie theater and just eating a whole bag of those. 5 out of 5. That definitely gets a 5 out of 5 in my book. I'm very blown away by that. So the two I did not expect to get 5 out of 5s got 5 out of 5s. The two I expected were I expected the Ritter Sport Pistachio one to get a 5 out of 5, and this little donut cake. Alright guys, well there you have it. We have the wafers getting a solid 5 out of 5. We have the Glühwein cookie getting a solid 5 out of 5. And then we have the Marlboro Happy Cola gummy getting a solid 5 out of 5. If you had told me before that, my guesses going into it would have not been that, but there you have it guys. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this one. And that'll be all for today. So I hope you guys take care, and we'll see you next time here on 8th Arrow Whispering.